मैं हैदर अली सैयद आसिफगंज से शामिल शेवा।
Ayyanaar, the village protector. In ancient time, in every village, there were Ayyanaar, the village protector.
First point is finished. I asked you whether you agree to it or not.
I'm coming to that. That's why I explained you, na. See, every leader has their Kuladevam, and that's why if you want, you can read chapter 7, verse 172.
So who was Ibrahim's Kuladevam?
Ibrahim is a leader himself. He built the Qibla, and his people should go to that Qibla.
Brother, who is Ibrahim's Kuladevam?
Ibrahim Kuldevam is at Marduk, where the problem is there. The human sacrifice was there.
Kuladevam is a pagan. His father is a
No,
pagan
no, no.
sculpture.
See, you said it. That's why I said you first. Qibla means Qibla. Every community has a Qibla. You said
Please,
yes.
no. Forget the Qibla. Let's
Quran is
talk
talking
about.
about.
I
Quran is
go to
talking
Qibla,
about.
man. Have patience, man. You are jumping topics all the time.
Tariq,
Let's
I'm not
go.
jumping. I'm just connecting Adam, Noah, family of Ibrahim. So if and Islam or Sirat al-Mustaqim started from Adam. Adam, yeah.
You are not coming into our discussions. You are keeping one point. You want everybody to agree to the point. That's
No,
all.
no, I'm not forcing you. But
You are not even
you're
proving that.
missing the point, na. That's why I asked after listening to you for 20 minutes, 15 minutes.
Yes,
I
brother.
asked you
Yes, brother.
a
Okay,
simple
brother.
question. No, I asked you a simple question. Who is Hagar? And
Okay,
your
you
response
asked.
was she
I
is a slave.
understand the question, right, man?
But your answer, what
I
was the
understand.
answer? What is your answer? Slave.
First,
You said
wait.
she's a slave.
Wait. Yeah. Hold on, man. Don't
You
jump.
said or not? I'm
I
not
didn't finish
jumping.
that. I didn't
Okay.
finish
First you define Hagar, whether she is a slave or a princess.
that. Just calm down. No, I didn't finish that. Okay. Okay. Now the discussion was Ibrahim, and then you picked up Hagar, and I said Hagar was a slave woman. You said stick to this only. Okay. Don't jump. Nova, Givan, or nothing. First, ಇದು clarify ಕೊಂಡು. First, stick to this. Now Hagar. You said Hagar was Pharaoh's daughter, right? You said Hagar was Pharaoh's daughter.
Yes, since you said she's a slave, so I responded
Where
she
is
is
the
not a
proof?
slave, she's a Pharaoh's daughter.
Tell me a proof it's Hagar's daughter.
Pardon?
Show me a proof that she is a Hagar's daughter, the
You
Pharaoh's daughter.
do your homework because the Christians are telling
Brother,
that Christian theology are saying the same thing you are saying. There is no
I,
difference between you and regarding
it's,
Hagar. Wait.
whether
Let me
I'm
complete.
a,
That's correct.
whether I'm a
Let me
Christian,
let me
Muslim, or
complete.
anybody, forget
No,
about
let me.
all that. I am a human being. I'm talking to you on this context.
See,
Just
Ibrahim
because I
built
said,
Kaaba. Ibrahim built Kaaba, and the descendants of Hagar only were the laid the foundation. So if you don't know anything about Hagar,
Hagar,
then where yes,
sir,
yes,
no,
yeah.
give me the
even Hagar.
proof.
Sorry, one
Hagar,
second. One second.
give,
Hagar, is there a proof that she's a slave?
No. There is no proof. Only biblical people are saying that she is a concubine, she is a slave. Yeah.
Yeah. So the
proof for the slave.
biblical is much later than the Abraham's period. So
Wait,
moreover, it was written by Yahudis. Sorry, relax. Hang on, wait.
No.
The
I'm just
biblical
telling you.
narration,
I'm getting a call.
is
Getting a call.
so the biblical narration was written by Yahudis in Babylon.
Hey, Rogan.
People like to argue that there are some fundamentals are there. The fundamentals is that the complete Genesis section that it was written by the Yahudis or later because Yahudis were the Jewish writers, narrators, the one who tells the story of their kind. So Based on that, all that oral tradition, then it was written by Ezra, finally by one person. Ezra's Prophet Ezra actually. Prophet Ezra's the important work is put all the oral tradition into the document. It is just one person basically. During his time, that like the things were done, and the book was known among the scholars only, not everybody. Today, you happily that like you want some surah that like you are googling and like making everybody read. But in those times, when Hebrew was, because the language was just invented, it was not spoken by the people. I have a feeling even the Quran was done like that, because the way Quran is written in Arabic, that is not the way people were speaking Arabic. People were speaking Aramic based and like a dialect based Arabic. Then
Okay.
I'm speaking on linguistic stuff, right? So besides whatever it is written in the book, we also need to know the history about the books. Not only the books, history about the language in which the books were written. Based on the book itself, based on the book, historically, there's absolutely no reference about Abraham or anything. But based on the book, we still talking. We are not going into the history of what about the events, right? So based on the book itself, it is like 1,000 years prior to the language itself, Hebrew, than the written formation. It was very well written by Ezra, Prophet Ezra, whom he collected all the oral traditions, which were not in Hebrew, which were in dialects of Aramaic, and also the sub-dialects of Arabic. The Proto-Arabic, you say. Actually, the Proto-Arabic is most of the East African dialects. So when they defined the language, the Jewish people were not speaking Hebrew. They were speaking dialects of other languages, which is very similar to Hebrew. So they refined the language. They created another language with another words, and they created Hebrew in a writing system. So in that writing system, when it was found, nobody were able to read Hebrew unless and until they were trained by a rabbi to read Torah. If somebody needed to read Hebrew, they have to become a Jewish guy and they have to be taught by a rabbi to read how to read Torah. Even Hebrew was not a spoken language. With Hebrew, you can't even buy a piece of bread during that time, because everybody knows even after 500 years, Jesus spoke only in Arabic. I mean Aramaic. He didn't preach people in Hebrew. Even the people did not speak in Hebrew. It was a book language. Only when you become a Jewish guy, only when you start reading Torah, then you can read. In that they have mentioned that kind of one we are talking about, and it is still a very proto version. So every single word will give 4 or 5 different meanings. That reminds me. I actually took the cigarette, but I didn't light it. Hmm. So in that, in according to their wish, Jewish, because when it was written, ideally, you are getting a tip now. When the book was written by Jewish people, that is the people of Kingdom of Judea, because by the time the Israel was split into two, the 10 tribes were called as Israel, and other two were known as Judea. When they found the language, when they brought the language into a script and they wrote Torah as a book, Israel people did not know about it. So they can't be Hebrew Israelites. But there is a Hebrew Israelite means something else, not linguistic Hebrew Israelite. Hebrea, that's how they say for all the Israelites, the name was Hebrea. It is probably because that Abraham's descendant or that this particular people were known that way, not for the linguistic Hebrea. The linguistic Hebrew was used only by the Jewish people, that also not by the people, by the priest, rabbis. And no Israel guy knew that there's a book called Torah exists. If somebody wants to know, they have to become a Jewish guy and who should be taught by a rabbi. Do anyone know who's Avayar? Either.
Aviyar. No. Yeah.
No.
KS.
Raghu,
Yeah, I know.
you know why you know? Because you learn
What
Tamil.
do yeah,
Correct?
I'm a Tamil, so I
Arab
will.
செய்ய விரும்பு.
Yeah.
The moment you want to learn Tamil, at the age of 5, 6, they will teach you who's Avayar. Right?
Yes. Yes.
If you did not learn Tamil that way, and now Haider is trying to learn Tamil in a different form, but he may speak Tamil, but he will not know who's Avaya. Right?
Exactly.
Logic.
Yeah.
The same way, if anyone wants to know Hebrew in a proper form, and they have to become a Jewish guy, it has to be taught by a rabbi. Only then he will know how to read and write Hebrew. Otherwise, even somebody learned to read and write Hebrew, the moment he finishes and comes out of rabbi's house, he'll be speaking an Aramaic dialect. So when such thing was so secretive till about 14th century, from 14th century things were being circulated, other people were reading it, translating it, then other people came to know. Even when Constantine took all the books, it was not circulated among everybody. Today that any Christian's home, you go that Bible is there. But that is not how it was till 15th, 16th century. In fact, 15th century, you call it. The first printed book in Portuguese, it was printed in Tamil actually. A short 36 pages, about Christianity and Jesus, basically. Even here, only the priest class, they were basically that they were reading the Bible and they were simply taking the message, and most of them were not scholars, so they were reading very limited. So when things were like this, how the little bit of information, whether Hagar is a slave or a princess, this argument, why does it come when somebody when somebody say Hagar is a slave, and if you ask evidence, they can't actually provide a concubine. Actually, you can't say a slave. It's actually more of an Arabic term, because by the time an Arab was a kind of a lingua franca, this slave trade became very, very common. Almost every second guy that had a slave. So there are things people should know that in which part you need to argue. I don't know why people come and say that was she wearing clothes and all, they will ask whether she's a concubine, was she wearing clothes? Is there any proof that she was wearing clothes? Yeah, you can go that also. Because the book you're talking about It's actually teach a most important thing than a person's clothes or like name and who's who. Almost everywhere, whether it's a biblical group or a Islam group or I mean Quran group, you guys are talking about information like which is very 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 less important in the whole book. I still don't know like why for such thing that you people have an argument. Last couple of days, I don't know that Hyder Ali is keeping this Hagar thing, and people are coming in talking based on asking question based on that. Why is that a problem if somebody is a princess? So only then they can come. Today's Muslim that Tariq is there or anybody is there. Hey, you guys are sons of slaves. They are very happy with that, right? Any Muslim they see that hey, you are the sons of slaves. What nonsense is that? The funny thing is like most of the Muslims are not the direct descendants of like Prophet Ibrahim. That's another biggest joke. That's actually like Hyder is talking about. The Kaaba belongs to the direct descendant of Ibrahim, like that is the Kuladevam place. For no reason, other person doesn't have to come there. Each of them have to find their prophet or find their guide, and like they have to go sit and pray. Is that what Hyder is saying? Tell me, Hyder.
Yes, 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 yes. This is what I'm trying to say, that particular group, Kaaba is for Qibla is for one particular group of people, and Quran also says in chapter two,
But
verse
like
148,
almost every
every
yeah,
community has a
but
Qibla.
every Muslim believe
Every
that
community,
like every Muslim believe that they are the descendant of Ibrahim for no reason. For what?
yeah, they say,
Because you follow
yeah, they say that
something.
if they do circumcision, then they are part of Ibrahim descendants. But Quran doesn't talk about circumcision.
Actually, I recently came across a circumcision problem. I had some problem in my penis, so that like I went to a doctor. That like yeah, I'll give you the ointment and all that, and there's another junior doctor immediately said like, sir, this problem may occur often. Is best chances to circumcise. So I didn't like the doctor. I went to another doctor. Then I told the doctor, see, the other guy was talking like about a circumcision. He said like, no, Ruben, that's not required. Like, you can use the ointment. It'll go off. Then he asked me, why are you getting tensed? I said, why do I have to have circumcision? Because I am born in a very old cultured ethnic, sitting in the same land with all facilities, where I have 5 climates. Anywhere I see that like I can have water, and my family taught how to clean myself. I
Okay.
am not a guy.
Uh,
No, no, you got to hear because I'm going to jack or like the Muslims. I am not the one who is living in desert who cannot find water and clean my penis. I am not that guy.
dude. Okay.
That's
Rupan.
meant for those guys who live in the desert because if they don't clean their penis, they'll have a viral diseases among them.
Chill. Rupan, we'll catch up later. Okay. I'm going out.
What? That's why I
Uh,
told you don't drink. Who asked you to drink that like while we were talking? I'm watching you that you keep drinking that wine. Why were you doing that? Now you got like slashed. Now you can't listen. So don't
so
drink
come.
that like while you speak to
Yeah,
us.
yeah, yeah. Don't come sober, man. Just you're
Tariq,
talking all conspiracy.
however, Tariq, I actually had a good time because of you.
Everything was
Let me
conspiracy.
be
Okay.
honest here, right?
You are in your dreamland telling some conspiracies over
Hey,
here.
see,
Okay.
what conspiracy I said? I am talking about circumcision. I'm saying that like I don't need to because I come from a cultured
Because
ethnic.
you are not, yeah, you are
We
not
are taught that
Abrahamic.
how to clean our penises. I am not living in a desert where there is
Of
no
course,
water to clean the penis also.
that is why I'm asking you, how are you Abrahamic descendant, man? You are a cult.
See, for not cleaning my penis, come on.
Like,
See,
get out
you
of the
can't
cult.
do that. It's unfair, boss. So just because I don't, and then I've not done circumcision,
Okay, okay.
and
I
I
got to
know I
go.
learned how to clean my penis since birth.
Okay, chill out.
My great great grandfathers and everyone, they knew, because they always have water. We
Okay,
know how
okay,
to
chill
clean.
out, man.
But I'm not living in a desert, so I became a cult.
Okay, keep conspiracy team fine. I know the case was a scientist, but still he believes in conspiracy.
Dude,
Case, we'll
dude,
catch up.
the Christianity
I'm
is
going
a
to a function.
conspiracy theory. Islam is also a conspiracy theory. Because the conspiracy is that there is a devil, and somebody is
Dude,
coming in future to save everybody.
okay,
That's a
okay.
conspiracy, and people
Fine, I
believe
gotta
that,
go.
right?
Okay, I gotta go. Okay,
Yeah,
bye.
okay. Next time, don't get drunk. Okay, bye.
Okay. And then we'll catch up the same thing, okay? Hagar. The
Just
birth,
like the
death of
Hindu in Islam,
Bye.
Islam also theory also says that,
Bye,
theology
bye,
says
bye,
that
bye,
it
bye.
is a
Bye, bye.
process. Yeah.
So this is it. But if you really take a look at it, that in a land where you get 5 seasons, and the life is taught, uh, I mean, generally everybody know that how to keep themselves clean. When in such state that it's not even a poor guy know that how to clean his penis. So here circumcision is actually not required, actually, but people do it.
Afternoon also it was. Thank you.